Okay, welcome back everyone. What we're going to do now is we're moving into Module 3. Up to this point in time, we've talked about the concept of communication process. We looked at the very beginning of the communication process. We looked about the encoding part. In particular, we looked at the critical thinking aspect and then the organizing of these critical thoughts in preparation for writing. Particularly, we considered the use of an outline for business writing purposes, which not only helps us keep things in logical order, but helps us keep ourselves on track so we know and we do not miss any information. Now, in this particular module, Module 3, we're going to take that outline, take that critical thinking, take that outline, and we're now going to move into some very basic writing and essay development. So at this point, let's continue and talk a little bit more about what we expect to see. In Module 3, we have gone from the critical thinking, the gathering of the ideas, to the outlining, putting these ideas in order on paper, and then we're now going to move into the actual essay development, the fleshing out of your outline. Basically, what we're talking about are letters make words, and word sentences, paragraphs, and paragraphs create essays, and that by itself is correct. And you need to know how to do that, what that means, and how to do it properly. But it's the overall meaning that you are presenting in these letters, words, sentences, paragraphs, and essays that are important. If the message is not there, all is lost. One major thing which I find a lot of times with students is the lack of a logical flow. And logical flow not only means from the beginning to the end, which is the macro, but also a micro, that each paragraph has logical flow, which leads into the next paragraph and so on. Now, I will present more on this in the Module 3 lecture video, which will be available, I believe, according to the schedule on Wednesday morning. Again, we're going to talk about paragraph development and essay development in this particular module. Now, there are a couple of documents that you'll be looking at. We'll talk about those again briefly. We're also going to talk briefly about in the essay, in the lecture video, the requirements of drafts and presenting an appropriate final. Most students don't do the draft. They think that the first version is correct. Well, I'm going to present to you, well, you really need to be able to have at least one or two drafts with other individuals or groups, or maybe even criterion, in this case, reviewing it. So more on this later. Okay, now what are the readings, viewings, and whatnot for Module 3? As you can see here on the screen, we have a video which I did not prepare, called Introduction to Business Writing, Rules versus Guidelines. It actually is a pretty good one with regards to telling you what you were taught in English composition, for example, is not necessarily, and in many cases not at all, acceptable in business communication, so to speak. So you will find that in the YouTube channel, playlist 4. Also, there are 4 documents that I'd like you to take a look at. 2 of them are online, and the 2 online ones have hyperlinks already in Blackboard, which you can click, and it will take you there. If you want, you can print those up and use those down the road also. Additionally, I have attached in Blackboard 2 additional documents, so you can again download those, print them up, whatever you see fit and how to use them. And also we do have, when we're all done with discussing the Module 3 activities, I will have a wrap-up video review lecture, which I currently have available, or plan to have available. You can see there on the screen. Alrighty, let's now move on to the assignments. Okay, let's take a look at the assignments for Module 3. Excuse me. First, the readings and viewings, they will be available, as you can see here, November 6th, Friday. More than likely they'll be available at least by 12:01 a.m. And all the readings and viewings and the pre-discussion quiz will be due by the end of the day on Sunday, November 8th.
Module 3, here we go. It's a pre-discussion quiz. As I just mentioned, again, starts November 6th, again, due by November 8th at the end of the day. What we're going to do is, for this first part here of the Module 3 assignments, is I want each team member, to evaluate, to review, and evaluate each of your other team members' submissions of your graphic organizing and outlining assignments. Now, what am I looking for here? Basically, I want you to take a look at it from someone who may not really know what it's all about. Does it kind of make sense? Does it flow? You don't have to critique it as far as spelling and layout and all that good stuff, and if it looks pretty or not. But from your point of view, if you were to look at the outline or the graphic organizer, can you see some logical flow? And that's basically what I want. And all you have to do is just add a comment or two as a reply to their post. But again, this will start Monday the 9th, 12:01, since everything is due by 11:59 p.m. on the 8th. We'll get started at 12:01. And your comments, please, by the end of the day on November 11th. Next, we'll do an individual basic writing assignment. Now, this individual basic writing assignment is basically taking your graphic organizer and outline and actually fleshing it out now. But what I want you to do is pretty much forget what English composition told you as far as writing is concerned. I do want you to keep, obviously, to make sure you're using proper spelling and grammar, sentence structure, paragraph structure. However, I want you to focus more in on as if this was down and dirty, for lack of a better term. Just tell the reader of the document what they need to know. Do we need fluff? No. Do we need to expand on our ideas? No. Do we need to express ourselves? No. It's just kind of like, just tell me, what do I need to know when we move on. But anyways, more on that to come. And then last but not least, the Module 3 quiz will be available on Monday the 16th, 12:01. And I'll give you the week to finish it. It's not a huge thing, but if you get some time, you can sneak it in there. So it'll be due by the end of the day on the 20th. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, that should wrap it up for the Module 3 fact sheet. As always, questions, you know how to get a hold of me, please do so. Thanks and take care now.